Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Vishnu. Last class we discussed document types. We have discussed till tolerances groups. So document types related to new GL concept. So we are going to discuss in upcoming classes. So today, now we are going to discuss about the posting keys. So first we will see what is the posting key, how it's going to be used. Posting keys are the keys at the time of posting any accounting transactions. So it will represent what is the debit and what is the credit. So posting keys means posting keys will represent the data which one is a debit and which one is a credit. I will give you a simple example. So we paid rent. This is one of the entry, rent paid rupees 1 lakh. So rent account dia to bank. So this is the entry, rent account dia to bank. So here everyone knows this is a debit and this one is a credit. In SAP we cannot see these things. We cannot see debit, what is the debit and what is the credit. Instead of debit and credit there is a numbers. Okay, that numbers are called posting keys. So we have different posting keys are there. I will give few of example. These are the most common. 40, 50. This is the debit GL, credit GL. So debit GL is 40, credit GL is 50. So the next one is 21 for vendor credit, 31 for there is a vendor debit, vendor credit 0, 1 and 11. And 75. See here, these are related to GL, accounts payable, accounts receivable and asset accounting. Debit GL 40 code, credit GL 50. So this is the GL. So whatever line item is in debit, what is that number? This is comes under 40, this comes under 50. So this we will not give manually. Automatically, if you pass the entry, automatically system will take what is the debit and what is the credit. So we don't enter this manually. Okay. Suppose in SAP we have two screens, single screen and multi-screen. So if you enter single screen, directly it will take automatically. If you go for the double screen, that time only we have to use these codes, what is the debit and what is the credit. Okay, for single screen these amounts are not as necessary, these numbers automatically it will take. So this is called posting keys. Suppose we'll see this one, vendor debit. So suppose if we purchase something, purchase furniture. So furniture account dia to Madhu. So we purchase furniture from Madhu. So okay, 6 lakhs. So here see he is a creditor. He is a creditor. So creditor is in debit or credit now? He is in credit side. So 31. So vendor credit always 31. So what is the furniture is a debit GL. So what is a debit GL is a 40. That's it. So these are the posting keys. If you see this 40 and 31, easily we can understand, okay, 40 is the debit and 31 is the credit. And one more thing, suppose we are paying now, Madhu account DR to bank. So here we are paying the money. For furniture money 6 lakhs we are paying. Now automatically Madhu comes under debit. So vendor debit. What is a vendor debit? Posting key is at 21. So 21. So what about the GL credit? 50. So like this posting keys we have to use. Okay. See in SAP we'll see how many posting keys we have. So go to Financial Global Settings. Documents, define posting keys, open here. So these all are the customers, vendors, GL. So all are there, debit asset, credit asset, just now we discussed. So we don't need to create any new things, already is there. So we can use these things, okay? So these are called posting keys. So like this we have to use the posting keys. What is the next one? This is up to here done. So here we did not discuss this topic and this topic. These two topics we will discuss in new GLs. So the next one is a exchange rate deviation. This is a very important. So in so many interviews ask what is the use of exchange rate differences. Exchange rates are different, exchange rate deviation is different. So I will give a small example so you can understand easily what is the exchange rate deviation. See here, purchase goods, purchase furniture for $100 USD. Okay, so I'm giving today's date 01/02/2020. See here, we purchase the furniture for 100 USD. We purchase the products from like not only product, any invoice. Invoice value is 100 USD. So today we are recording this invoice. So how we are going to record this one? Furniture account DR. Give some vendor name. To Venki. The invoice is in USD. So invoice value is in USD. So we are going to record this data in INR equal to so this is the invoice date. Now we are doing the payment date. Look at this one. when you purchase the invoice, when you at the time of recording, I have recorded this in INR only directly. So when I record the invoice value is 77. See here, in SAP already default program is there, but every day automatically exchange rates will take automatically. So even though at the time of creating the invoice we are giving that exchange rate manually also. Okay, so now at the time of invoice value, so we have recorded as a 7,700 rupees. Now we are paying that same 100 USD. So 100 USD, now the value is the currency value is the 80. So 8,000. See the difference. So how much we have paid extra? 300 rupees extra is there. This is a normal process. Now exchange rate deviation means, see here, the dollar rate is the 77 rupees. Here dollar rate is the 80 rupees. So here 300 rupees difference is come. 300 rupees difference is given. 300 is a very small amount, so there is no problem here. Now how the exchange rate deviation will works means, at the time of clearing the document, so manually we have given the exchange rate 80. In system also exchange rate is also, system exchange rate is a default, automatically as per the program system will take the exchange rate. But here manually we are giving the exchange rate here and here also. So if there is a, suppose if we given the small difference, instead of 80, if I given 81, so automatically this comes under 81. So what is the difference? System rate is 80 and our rate is, we have given manually is a 81. So difference is the only 1 rupee difference is there. This is a small difference. Okay, so small percentage difference is coming. So that time system will allow. So exchange rate deviation means, here in this phase we are giving some percentage. Percentage means I am giving support 10% exchange rate deviation is there. 10% means this difference, system difference and our invoice difference, if it exceeds 10%, system will not allow to post the transaction. Suppose here 7,000, suppose 10% means 1,000 rupees. Example, take 1,000 rupees. Take example. Yes, 7,700 is there. So we have paid 8,100. Difference is 80 and 81. Difference is just a 100 rupees difference is there. 100 rupees it will allow because our percentage is 80, but system rate is 80%, and we have taken exchange rate is 95. So 15 extra we have taken 15%. So what is the difference? Around 1500 is the difference is there. Instead of 8,000 rupees, okay, 80 system actual currency rate is, as per system it is 80, but we are paying 1500 extra. By instead of entering 80, we have taken rate is 95. So we have taken dollar rate is 95. So 1500 extra we are paying. So system always automatically, here we restricted to system. If the percentage is maximum 10%, then only allowed to post the entry. The difference is the 1500. So system will give the warning message. So this is the very important. Why we are giving the exchange rate deviation means, if there is any difference exchange rate deviation between system currency, system amount and your amount, your manual amount, so then automatically if the amount is exceed certain limit, it will give the warning message. That's it. So see, we will see the configurations. It's a very simple configuration. Go back. So financial accounting new, general ledger new, sorry, financial accounting new, financial account global settings new, global parameters for company code, currencies. This is entirely related to currency only. Maintain exchange rate differences. First one. Define maximum exchange rate differences for company code only. Open this one. This is entirely for the company. SAP will give 10% defaultly, so we can increase or else we can decrease. Search your company. DI01. Automatically 2 companies will open. Maximum exchange rate deviation. How much you are going to give the maximum? 10%. 10%. 10% means your document amount and system default exchange rate amount. If there is a difference, both difference is maximum 10%, it will not allow. Minimum 10% it will allow. Okay. Save. This is the maximum exchange rate differences. Foreign currency is not necessary because Indian, we are recording in Indian directly, right? So that is not necessary. And so what is the next topic? Global parameters. Global parameters means all data we can see here. Whatever configurations we have done till now, we can see and we can do the configuration. So same path only. Financial accounting new. Financial account global settings new. Global parameters. Enter global parameters. Check your company. So both companies are just open the double click. So it will display all your information. What is your chart of accounts? What is your FM area? What is your fiscal year variant? So field status, maximum exchange, all information will be displayed here. And here we have to add few more things. Okay, so we'll go for the fiscal year. Next one, we have to tick mark for the define default value. Define default value date. Default value date means, I will show you. You can see here, right? Posting date, value date, automatically here I did not enter the posting date here, like that value date also. Okay, system will take automatically today's date. So if you give the tick mark here, define default value date, automatically system will take value date also. Okay, document date we have to give, but posting date, value date, automatically those dates will take the by system automatically. Okay, so always tick mark for the value date. We no need to enter every time. So no forex rate differences. So I'm going negotiate. I will explain these things one by one in next classes. So these are enough. So fiscal years we require default value date, no forex differences, and these two check marks. This information is enough. Save the data. So this will come one by one in upcoming classes. So this is the global parameters completed. So till now we have completed global parameter. Enterprise structure is completed, global parameters completed. In next class we are going to discuss the new GL concept. usual concept. These are the very important. So we have different usual concepts are there: parallel accounting, document splitting, and these document types, profit center. So we are going to discuss in next classes. Thank you guys.